Oh, it's okay.
Yep. Okay. Hi, everyone. Sharon J. Lawrence here again. I am joined tonight on our last night of 31 days of healthy relationship tips for couples. And I am joined with my husband, Rosanna Lawrence, who is with me for the evening. And please tell them who you are, what you do, and how long we've been married.
I'm Rosanna Lawrence. What I do, I'm Sharon's husband. That's a full-time job. And we've been married since June 2014, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
6/14/14.
6/14/14.
Yeah, June 14,
You could have
2014.
cheated it. There go the date up there.
Right, got it.
So we're on tonight
You said it's the last day?
for the couples,
Oh,
the couples segment. So the first week, as you all know, has been focused on couples and trying to help couples walk into 2020 with some tips that will help them kind of boost their relationships and how they even view their relationships. So I wanted to close out this week with my husband, who I love, who I adore. And so we wanted to just kind of share some things with you. So let us know if you are here and where you're located. I'm going to be checking the book, which is the Facebook, because we want to hear from you, letting people know that we are officially live. And Mr. Lawrence, Chief, can you post on your page? And if you can, please share with people. We have a couple of people watching. Hey, Miss Shirley. Hey, Dr. Tana. Hey, Yvette. Have folks here from Texas, Maryland. Thank you so much for joining. Please share so we can get some folks. Hey, Linda. Hey, sis. Love you. All right. And so get your questions ready because everybody always wants to know who is Mr. Lawrence, and he's here. And so, right here. Yes, sir.
okay.
All done. Okay. So as you know, we're live. This is it. It's 30 minutes and it's quick. So we need your questions or we need your comments. We want your feedback. So tonight, my husband we were talking about what we were going to focus on, and we were trying to get it together for the past couple of days because we know a lot of the focus has been on being intentional. It has been on people understanding one another, on communication, all of those things that we know are very important to a relationship. But one of the things that my husband really focused on tonight was it's important to have fun.
Oh, fun, yes. We have a lot of fun in our marriage. We really do. We have a lot of fun.
So what are some things? Hey, Jennifer. Hey, family. Have folks now from Aiken, South Carolina.
Hey, Aiken people.
And so we wanted to talk a little bit about some things that we do for fun and things that we have done for fun.
All right, cool. You want me to talk about it?
I think you should talk about it. Folks want to hear from you.
Well, it matters who you're married to. So if you're married to me and I'm silly, then we tend to have a lot of fun, right?
Yes. What are some of those things that make life fun? Roll on.
We joke all the time. We now we've gotten to this habit where we actually been doing some good marriage of scaring each other.
No, that's just you.
Oh, well, I scare her, but now she's been
don't.
trying to get me back lately, jumping out of closets and sneaking up behind me. We laugh, we joke a lot. We have a game night, normally about once a month. Even though we haven't had one in a couple of months, but we normally have a game night with other couples where we invite people to game night. That's normally a lot of fun. What else do? We play games.
We have our own games.
We have our own games. Yeah. You're looking at the Scrabble Master. I'm looking for a challenger in Scrabble who won't quit. We play Monopoly. What else?
We've gone to the gun range. We've
gone shooting. We go to the movies all the time. Yeah. Especially, you know, this big year for Marvel. We've been mountain climbing. We did a 5K together, along with the training. It's kind of hard to put it all together because we just do it without thinking. We take the kids to amusement parks when they're here for the summer. Sharon created this rule where we have that I do everything that starts with the P, and she does everything else. And so what that means,
I do everything that starts with the M.
so I take them to the park, I take them to the pool, I take them to play, which is everything else. With playing would be Dave and Buster's, that doesn't start with the P, but with her it starts with the P. So we have a lot of fun with kids. We do things with the kids, so they're not just here. Somebody said, "Hey, Uncle Ro."
Nakaya. Hey, Nakaya. And I have all the M's. So mine is the movie, the mall, the market. So anything with an M for the most part, that's me. And so it's about having fun. And so when my husband highlighted that, I realized that actually was not one of the things that we discussed this week. Like, no one really highlighted how much fun needs to go into your relationship, making sure that you incorporate things. When I started my practice, we actually started doing the date night jar. Actually, no, that was before then. That was before then. We saw it on Pinterest, and we created our own date night jar where we split the sticks. And I think you were actually TDY, which is on travel for the military. And we split the sticks. So he took the sticks with him so that he could fill out his ideas. And while he was gone, I filled out mine. We put them inside the jar. And then when it was time to plan a date, we went ahead and we would pull from the stick based on, I guess, the level of planning.
We did by color.
By color, but it was based on the level of planning. So like if purple was out of the area and we knew we weren't traveling, we didn't pick purple. We made sure we picked something that we knew would be in the area that we could get to and enjoy for that evening. Okay. So he's telling me that he turned down the light because he feels like he looks like a white guy.
You said that.
But that was earlier.
We have fun.
Yeah. So, even though that's messing up my light, but okay. It's okay, leave it. It's okay. Just a little bit. That's better. Hey, Trina. Hey, Delia. Hey, Cece. So we got quite a few people. Anyone have any questions for us? We're about 10 minutes in. We're going to keep talking, but we want to make sure we answer any questions that you may have. We noticed that on our end, there's a little delay when we look at the screen for Facebook. So we're probably catching up with what you guys are doing. And so one of the other things we talked about is that when you don't know what to do with having fun, you got to be creative. Like, pick up a book, pick up a magazine, maybe follow what you see in a movie or a show, like, or ask your friends what they're doing. What are your thoughts? What are some ideas that they can do
to have fun?
To have fun.
Do stuff that interests you. I mean, don't do stuff to do stuff. When we play games, it's more so, I guess, so we can spend time together, and also, do something. Of course, we can always talk, but a lot of times it's just so we just have some time together. So Scrabble's not her favorite thing. Monopoly's not our favorite thing, but it's just games that we have where we can really just spend some quality time together. It's not so much about the game or who wins, but it's more so about us just spending time together. So when you do stuff, when you plan stuff to spend time together, do stuff that interests you. Do stuff that you have a interest in. It's a give and take, It can't always be your way. There may be something that your spouse or your mate wants to do that you really don't have an interest in, but maybe you don't have an interest in it because you didn't try it. You never tried it before. So, I mean, Sharon, when we went shooting, she hadn't been shooting before. I'm assuming she hadn't been shooting before. But it was something that she wanted to do and something that she wanted to try. And so just be open. be open to trying new things, new experiences, and try to have fun with it. I mean, don't make it so serious that that it doesn't become fun. Just try to have fun with it. So that would be my advice: is do stuff together and have fun. Anything that makes you laugh, smile, doesn't require a lot of planning. We actually got better on the rules for Monopoly just by playing it, because we wanted to make sure we were playing right. So the game night, when we have game night, couples game night, people love it. I mean, it's probably one of the most popular things we do now. People come to the house, and I mean, we'll stay till 1 o'clock in the morning, with us playing games or whatever, because
and it's in rotation now. So
yeah,
go to other people's houses.
Yeah,
because they want to, host as well.
Absolutely.
So I mean, get creative with it. Basically step outside the box and try something new. And it gives you an opportunity to connect with other couples. That's the other good thing about it. Like you're entertaining, and so most people who know me, I'm not an extrovert. I know I'm an introvert, and so, or I would consider myself like a one-on-one person. But if I'm comfortable with you, like game night is awesome. But if he said, let's go to a party, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go, but it's something about game night that is, I love game night, but I will do other things. So it really is about making sure that you're exploring some new things. All right, so one of the things I wanted to do was highlight.
Any questions?
Let's see.
Anybody have any questions that we can answer? Yes, this is really me. Yes, I am that handsome. Whoever asked that.
Nobody really the comment.
That's how we have fun. That's just saying.
I'm like, I'm not there.
No.
No.
Oh, that might just on mine.
Oh, it's on yours. Yeah. You turn that volume now. Then you type it from the top. Yeah. You got it. All right. So one of the things that I often find when I'm doing couples counseling is that when people start off, and Dr. Rael talked about this last night, is that the novelty part of your relationship, how it begins, is very important, because some people do believe that how you start is that you may not finish that way, which is true. But you keeping the novelty up and going is important. And he gave the example of one night his wife couldn't sleep, so he got in the bed and just started dancing with all these moves, and she just bust out laughing, right? So sometimes you may just decide to do something that evokes laughter out of nowhere, and that may be the thing that just kind of gets you to connect. And so sometimes you have to be creative. So let me go back. So when I'm doing my couples counseling, one of the things I do ask them is say, well, how were you having fun in the beginning? Because by the time they're coming to me, a lot of times, they're kind of at that point where they are not talking, they're not connecting anymore. And so I want to know in what ways did you have fun? And when they start talking about the things they used to do, it's like their eyes sparkle, like they get excited, because they're doing, they're like, oh yeah, we did used to have fun. And the first task that I do want to give them is, can you go out on a date? Go have fun. Now my husband tell you, I'm always saying, can we go eat? That's one thing I do like to eat.
We just came from eating, actually.
Yeah.
We just came from a day, an unplanned day out.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a big production. We just said, let's get something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And so, I mean, that's important. Let the things that are simple continue. And then the things that are extra fun, introduce them into that routine. Like, don't get in that mindset that you get so comfortable that you think that you're at that point in your relationship that you don't need to do those things anymore. You're actually killing the relationship. What you don't water will die. It's like a garden. If you don't water the flowers, the plants are going to die. The grass is going to wither away. You have to nurture your relationship. Hey, cousin. Niecy says, I tell my husband that all the time. All right, got several nieces on here. And my cousin Junior. Hey, Junior. All right, so what are some other things that you think would help a couple revive their relationship if they are at that point where the grass has withered a little bit or the flowers are feeling a little stumped over? Do they need to go get some of that green stuff that they, throw on the ground?
I would tell you that one of the things that makes a relationship successful really is concentrating on the other person. That doesn't mean losing yourself, but I would definitely tell you that, make your partner a priority. At a point, there comes a point in your relationship where you know your partner. You know what makes them happy, you know what makes them upset, when they're having a good day, when they're having a bad day, their habits, whether they like football or basketball or baseball. So there comes a time when, once you really know your mate, just concentrate on the things that you know about them. You know what I mean? It's not always about you all the time. And, things get a lot better if you learn to put that other person first. It really does. It makes a huge difference. It is so easy and so comfortable for a lot of us to be selfish. We're selfish by nature, but learning to put that other person first really makes a huge difference. And I think that's what I've learned from being, married to Sharon was, it's not about me. It's about us and her, in that order. You know what I mean? So that's really the advice I can give is make your partner a priority. So
that's hard for people because for some people, they're trying to get their own needs met.
I know. It's not easy at all. It really isn't easy. Again, it's really easy to be selfish. It's really hard to actually put that other person first. But when you do, you will find out that, that they'll put you first as well. You know what I mean? People tend to give what they receive. And so when your partner, feels like you're putting an effort in to make them happy and to put them first, they will do the same thing. Not immediately. It's not an immediate one for one. People need to see that you're consistent and that you're not doing it to get something out of them or whatever. But once you show that consistency, that your partner's a priority, it really matters. And you'll really reap the rewards of that. That's my sermon. I'll be passing around the plate.
All right, we have some more people watching as you get your money together. It says, Glenda, love you. Thank you, Sabra. She said you both are an amazing couple. Sharice is on.
I saw Sharice. Hey, Sharice.
She said,
hey, Reese.
And
I'm probably the only person call you that.
Any questions? Because we don't know when we will see Mr. Lawrence again. Yeah, I don't know.
This is a rare appearance.
This is a rare
appearance. I'm trying to make sure that Sharon's light shines strictly on Sharon, and so I don't mind taking a seat, in the back, while she shines. I'm okay with that, So I'm here to support, not to try to steal the limelight, and so that's my job as her husband is to watch her succeed. So again, any questions? Taking questions, you'll get honest answers, even if it makes her get up and walk away. Oh, my nose.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
All right, so you have a couple. They're doing everything that they can think of to have as much fun as possible, but the spark is still not there. What do you think could be the problem?
I'm not a therapist, and so.
But you're a man, and you're a spouse.
I don't know. I would say,
you live.
When you say you're trying everything, you can't possibly have tried everything, and I don't think you should give up because a few things didn't work. You know, it's effort. It's effort. You know, if you had to walk home 1,000 miles and you walked 1 mile and you start looking back and saying, man, I got 99 to go, I don't want to get home, I don't think that's the solution. You're never going to get anyway that way. It's a journey. And so you're only going to get the 1,000 miles if you keep taking one step after the next step. And so, I mean, what you really have to decide is home where you want to go? Is that 1,000-mile journey where you really want to be? I mean, because if after 1 mile you're trying to decide whether that's where you really want to be or not, then maybe you need to rethink your destination. And so nothing happens overnight. Things take time. And as you go through the process, you know, just constantly evaluate, but don't expect immediate results from a few actions. You know, things take time. So that's my answer.
I like that. I hope y'all got that. He said, don't expect immediate results from a few actions. So I'm hearing you say consistency is key.
Yes, consistency is key.
Right. Trying to put everything you're saying there.
I know.
To know.
I see.
You see it. Oh,
I see
it. All right. So make sure we don't have any questions. All right. Best friend's on. Hey, best friend.
Who's on?
Brianna.
Hey, cuz. What's up, man?
My baby girl Francis is on. Hey, Franpoo. Please share. All right. So we have we at 8:24. So we have 6 minutes left. And so what I really want to say, or we want to say, is on this journey of 31 days, healthy relationship tips for couples, families, friends, yourself, individual, and for those entrepreneurs or business owners or CEOs or presidents. Maybe you don't own the company, but your work is a major part of what it is that you're doing. I want to encourage you on this journey to think bigger and to really keep in mind that these tips are really just to empower you. I'm not inventing a new strategy. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. The main purpose of these 31 days is to encourage you and to reboot or help you reboot so that you can do something different. All right. Or try and take that, what's that little palette thing, little lighter thing with the, you know, that I burn the hair off the chicken with? Yeah, I know my secret. I actually burn the hair off the chicken. There's a little lighter thing that has a long handle to it.
It's a lighter.
Well, it's something else. They call it like it's something. It's a lighter, but I call it something else. It's something other name on the package. Anywho, I'm asking you to go in and these spaces and just kind of reboot the pilot light. Sometimes it goes out, but it still works. It just needs for you to walk over and light it again. And so I want you to be encouraged on this journey. I want you to realize that there is so much more that you can do in 2020 with your new vision, that it's not just because something did not go well or because you had one situation that, you know, didn't produce what you wanted. It doesn't mean it's the end. I want you to be encouraged to use these tips to try something again. Okay, so believe in yourself and do what you need to do. All right, so we have a question from Ms. Glenda. While making your partner a priority, how does one ensure they don't lose themselves? And then she put the whole emoji in there.
That is a good question. I don't think you ever will lose yourself. I think it's a maturity thing. I mean, having this conversation with somebody who's 19 or 21 years old would be a lot different than making someone with a conversation who's a little older, who can separate the difference. And so, you know, as you mature through life and you've been through, you know, that school called hard knocks, you know, you determine, you know, how to make your partner a priority without losing yourself. That's not something I can really give you an answer on. it kind of comes with life. You're only going to give so much of yourself when you're a certain maturity versus when you're 19, that person is your whole world and everything revolves around them, and you'll fight your parents to stay with them. We don't really have those. I'm assuming that most mature adults don't have those issues as you get older. And so while I don't have a specific answer for you how not to do that, I'm hoping that, you know, life experience will has taught you how not to do that.
And I can answer it from the clinical perspective, because I do see people who are in relationships like that, where they do find themselves doing so much for the other person. It's about making them so happy that they will deny themselves constantly, not realizing that there is a need to have a balance. And just as much as you are caring for that other person, you should be giving that same level of care or some level of care to you that shows that you're still a priority in that relationship. Because what happens is, if you start to kind of focus on them and move yourself to the side, you begin to teach them how to treat you. So you're teaching people that you're not the priority. And I always tell people, when things are happening and you're upset about how that person responded to you, that means that along the way, you taught them that you were not the priority. Why? Because you made them the priority. It's okay for you both to be the priority, but you may have to show them what that looks like. And you may have to do that by modeling for them that you do care about you and you need them to see that. So I hope that that answers that question. Hey, baby girl, Jasmine.
Hey, Jasmine.
She said, hey, parents.
That's my baby, y'all. Jasmine is my baby.
Sledge is on. Hey, peeps. Me and Tammy are at her job Christmas party. Have fun at the Christmas party.
What's
guys.
up, Jay Sledge? Hey, Tammy Wynette.
And,
go
so,
with me.
And then Glenda, thank you, sis. She said, yes, yes, yes. And then Fran said, both have to make sure each person gets what they need to be better as a partner and individual. Both are important to the relationship. Absolutely. And so, and said, she also said, if you are both making each other a priority, you both will get what you need and build each other up. So no one is forgotten. Absolutely.
Although I want to add, though, it doesn't happen at the same time, all of the time. It's patience, it's understanding. And again, sometimes, you know, you have to be weary of the hidden agenda. But if there isn't one, again, things will fall in line, you know. So, you know, it's about persistence. People need to see that you're consistent and persistent in your actions, words, and deeds.
Yeah, I got that. Hey, Alyssa. Alyssa's joining us. All right, so you guys have it. Got lots of hearts. You guys have it. Mr. Lawrence and Mrs. Lawrence. So you have any? For those of you that are just joining us, he's doing the tea stirring from Get Out.
Jasmine knows.
He's wrestling with y'all like he's trying to put you in a trance. So pray for me. Well, guys, that concludes our 30-minute segment. Thank you, Honey Bear.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Love you too. So thank you for joining us. Please tune in tomorrow as we start the segment on family relationships and making sure that they are managed in a healthy way. All right. Everyone said real nice.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. So have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow night. Bye-bye.
Bye, Jasmine.